Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
You can't make excuses and money. I'm the type to pop a tag, sick like I have SARS, riding around in fast cars, rapping like behind bars. I do this all for my dogs. This is what it all costs when you gotta be the boss. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. This is what it be like when I'm stunting on my enemies. This is what it be like when I make them feel my energy. Sitting on these raps, okay, you know what this do to me. This is what it's all about. I'm on top of everything. I'm the boss, don't play with me. This right here, no game to me. Toxic, 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 toxic. No, that's not okay with me. Every day you say you scared. Every day I'm making bread. Every day you say you good. Every day I wish you would. This is what it be like when you really on a come up. This is what it be like when you really trying to run up. Rookie of the year, better go and break the record. Rookie of the year, better go and get a checkup. Yeah. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. I'ma have to cut you off. If you not my dog, I'ma have to cut you off.
Welcome back to the kingdom. Yeah, good morning, April. I'm back on the main account. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Order. We will not tolerate treason in the kingdom. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for switching it up and having everyone so confused about the news. But you know what? As long as I can, I will continue to stay on this account. The backup account did quite well, I must say. I had a lot more. I think I had a lot more viewers on the backup account than I have on this one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they're getting off to a slow start. Okay, so we got to go straight into the lion's den. Okay, because there's a lot to unpack when it comes to the former president and the things going on in the Republican Party. But where do I want to start with today? Where do I want to start? Let's start here. Alvin Bragg. That Alvin Bragg is definitely going down in American history on the Mount Rushmore of prosecutors. And to all the Trump supporters who keep saying Alvin Bragg has a weak case, keep on saying it. It actually is like music to my ears because I just love it. Every time you say this to him, he comes back stronger than ever before. And by the way, yes, I still have the hammer of truth. For those of you, especially the conservative type, who keep telling me my hammer isn't working, try again. Maisha, good morning. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's some new information that's came out. Trump himself has said he would never drop out of the 2024 race, even if he is convicted. I think this is a powerful statement for him to make because many of his supporters, they still seem to think that he will not be convicted. Yes, good morning. Many of his supporters seem to think he will not be convicted. But when you hear things like this, you can't help but wonder, is Donald Trump aware just how bad this situation is for him? Hello, Yazzie, nice to see you. Good morning, Blue Mama, nice to see you. Is Donald Trump aware just how bad this situation is? And I have news for you, ladies and gentlemen. Trump definitely is aware how bad this situation is, more so than he likes to let on. And his supporters, I don't know. On one side, they despise Jack Smith. But then on the other side, I think when it's all said and done, and Jack Smith does what he does, potentially gets them the refund on the money they've given to Trump, I think they're going to definitely vote blue, and they're going to say, you know what, Zeus, you know what, Yazzie, you know what, Bamba, Greg, April, you're all right. Trump is a criminal, and we were wrong to support him. They will ask us to help them determine what size knee pads they need, okay? But Snuggles, for instance, is definitely going to be apologizing because he's gone on record and said he sends Donald Trump $300 a month, okay, to help support his campaign, okay? And so once this all is said and done, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll get more into it later on in the show, but once this is all said and done, Snuggles will get on TikTok and he will issue all of us an apology. And I think that will be a step in the right direction. Greetings, Brother Anthony. So nice to see you. Now, William Logan 67. Why do you say FJB? What has President Biden done that you can honestly say is terrible? What has he done? Okay. But I can't. Yeah! Thank you, Brother Greg. Okay. What has President Biden done? You don't see President Biden talking about he's going to keep running even if he's convicted. You don't see that. Look at this guy right here. Trump needs to cut it out. All right, let's move on to the next topic. This is interesting. Trump's most loyal aide was interviewed on classified documents as special counsel builds the obstruction case. This is what I mean when I say Jack Smith is no one to play with. And if you think about, look at Jim Jordan. If any of you think about emailing, texting, or tweeting Jack Smith, look at Jim Jordan right now and what he has going on with Alvin Bragg. Listen to Zeus. It's not going to end well. Trust me, it's not. Because see, unlike Alvin Bragg, Jack Smith is a different breed of animal. He is used to prosecuting war criminals, politicians, all of the things that Donald Trump checks off on his list. And by the way, I'm going to say it because I've always maintained this in the kingdom. In this kingdom, Donald Trump is guilty until proven innocent. So anyone that gets into this conversation with me and they ask me, what evidence do I have? No. We're no longer going down that path with you. Outside of the kingdom, fine, we'll do that. That's what they do in the real courtroom. But in this kingdom, he's already guilty of adultery. He's already guilty of stealing. Okay? He's already guilty of lying. So under those conditions, he is considered a treasonous traitor to the United States of America. You know what, Donald Trump? You need another thunderstrike. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I have some breaking news about Donald Trump. Remember how he got arrested last week? Or was it 2 weeks ago? I don't know. So he goes on Fox News. And he starts telling this wonderful story about how people were crying about him getting arrested that day. I just want to make sure we all understand there has been new credible information released, okay? And this information has came out and it's 100% accurate. The NYPD itself said there was no one in there crying. As a matter of fact, they weren't crying. They were cheering. We got him. That's what was happening when he was getting arrested. But there was something disturbing about his arrest that I don't think most of us noticed. But we're going to have to talk about it. Let's talk about this. There was something about his arrest that went undetected, but has now came out. Trump's fingers were so dry during his arraignment, he needed lotion before he could be fingerprinted, according to a new report from Yahoo News. Ladies and gentlemen, what on earth did those hands look like? And you know what? I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but this is really true. Trump needed lotion before having his fingerprints taken by authorities. A law enforcement source told Yahoo News. So for those of you who like to say I'm making things up, I put these headlines and this information up so that while I'm talking, you can go look it up for yourself. They keep telling me to cite my sources. You can't just use tweets. I don't just use tweets, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't just CNN. This is Yahoo. Okay? This is real information. And I got the picture. I have the picture of his hands. Do you want to see Donald Trump's hands? You want to see them? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this stuff up. Wow! Wow!
Please try again.
Oh my God!
Excuse me.
yes, nasty. Oh my God. It is a shame, ladies and gentlemen, that they have to carry lotion. Okay, when he came in there, what the heck, sir? You had your suit jacket all messed up. There was makeup on the back of your suit jacket. You're coming in there with nasty, dry, ashy hands. Shame! This is what happens when you're a vassal of transgression, ladies and gentlemen. You end up with dry, ashy hands like this. Oh my goodness. Now moving along, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is definitely tough to digest. But the other thing I wanted to talk about that we all seem to skip over is the incredible work of Jack Smith. A lot of my fans, a lot of my so-called critics, aka detractors, they keep trying to say, what has Donald Trump been charged with? What has he been convicted with? So on and so on. Que sera, sera. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this top secret documents thing. And by the way, there's been a leak around some classified documents that, you know, you've recently heard revealed information about what's going on in Ukraine and in Russia, as well as North Korea. And we finally found out where that leak came from. So in addition to Trump's mishandling of the classified documents, okay? And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, for all intents and purposes, this is a show of entertainment and truth and satire, okay? So I don't want anyone getting out of hand out there in those comment section. But at the end of the day, this is going to be the most direct, honest truth you get on TikTok, because there's no one else as honest as I am. You know what they call me? You know what they call me? Can they put it in the comment section? Please put a blue wave in the comment section, by the way. They call me Triple H. Why do they call me Triple H? Because I'm honest, humble, and handsome. Many are called, but only a few are chosen, ladies and gentlemen. And I am the chosen one. I have no reason to lie to you. I bring this information to you along with the whole host of other people, great friends of mine. They come into the box and they testify on Mount Olympus with me in order to help lead you. I'm talking to the Trump supporters, the MAGA Republicans. Lead you out of that darkness into light, okay? Because we got to get there as a nation, and because you're here, we're doing it really out of the kindness of our hearts, but you got to quit fighting us. You are now at a pivotal point in history where you must turn away, repent, turn away from Donald Trump and all of his dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, and get on board, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm preaching to somebody. Back to the subject matter at hand. So Jack Smith, we started off with the classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. That was bad enough. I've heard the people on the right arguing he had the right to have them. He declassified the documents. This is all political, to which I pushed back and I said, when he was president, perhaps he did have the right and perhaps he did declassify. But he's now the former president and he does not have the right to those documents. Fact. However, since this is all came out, he now is being looked at for obstruction of justice by the Department of Justice, not the Department of Injustice, but the Department of Justice. Obstruction. He's getting in the way of the federal government trying to recover their documents. He's making it up as he goes. He's committing crimes. He's showing them to everyone on the planet, except giving them back to the government. So, in addition to this, you would have thought that would have been the only thing that, we were looking at. Now we are looking at something else with Donald Trump. And this is connected to the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol. Jack Smith is investigating what happened on January 6th because it's obvious that Donald Trump is 100% responsible for that. It's so obvious. But this situation right here is definitely alarming. Okay, this situation right here is alarming. And I'm still trying to connect the dots. But so far, we have Donald Trump showing the map of a lot of sensitive information to people at Mar-a-Lago. Yes, he is showing the map of sensitive areas to the folks at Mar-a-Lago. And now they're saying this could be a form of a violation of the Espionage Act. Donald Trump, just stop. Just stop, please, for the sake of the United States of America. Get out. Do not run anymore. Okay, you're done. Take accountability for your conduct, sir. Because at the end of the day, this is not going to end well for you, and this is terrible for our country. Order in the court. This is treason. Espionage Act violation. Wow. And then you hear about this other thing that the former president is involved with. What is the other thing, Zeus? It turns out. Let me see if I have it. Let me see if I have this. And then we're going to talk about those classified documents. You know what? No, we're going to talk about the classified documents that have been leaked. So I just wanted to make it very clear. Jack Smith is looking at obstruction of justice, espionage, and the new thing, wire fraud. It turns out Trump lied to his supporters. We all knew this. Remember when I asked the question, I say, the 2020 election, they get into the box, and I asked the Trump supporters, in your opinion, the 2020 election, was that stolen by President Biden or not? And you know what they say? It was stolen. Well, unfortunately, it wasn't. Evidence has came out that shows it wasn't stolen. But there was an underlying crime that Jack Smith is looking at. It turns out Trump knew it wasn't. He knew it was stolen. He knew it wasn't stolen. And at the end of the day, he lied to his supporters, okay, in order to grift them out of money. So now they're saying this is wire fraud. Trump, let me give him the boo. No, you don't get a go. They don't like it when I tell the truth. It's wire fraud, what he did to you. Let me tell you why. He lied to you and told you that you had to send him money to help fight, okay, President Biden winning the election, okay? So send me the money so I can hire all these people to challenge this victory that President Biden had. That's wire fraud because he lied to you to get your money. I don't know why this is so hard for you to understand, ladies and gentlemen. They say I have no clue what I'm talking about. You know what I say to you? I have clues because I have docket numbers. You don't have a clue at the end of the day what you're talking about. They keep trying to accuse Hunter Biden of things. They keep trying to accuse Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. They don't have any clue what they're talking about. They have no docket number, so cut it out. Shame! This is real truth, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to get it anywhere on TikTok. If you ask me about President Biden, we can talk about him. Yeah, what is your complaint about President Biden, Zeus? Well, he passed a $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package. He probably should have made it $5 trillion. Okay, come on. He helped people get vaccinated and get us out of the pandemic. What's your complaint? I wish he could have did more of it. I wish more people would have gotten vaccinated so we could have got out faster. Ladies and gentlemen, cut it out. You know President Biden's doing a great job, okay? Just like Alvin Bragg, Fannie Willis, hello Shay, nice to see you. And Jack Smith. Now moving it along though, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about these classified documents. So it's always the Republican Party trying to accuse Democrats. Little Hawk, thank you for the gifts. It's always the folks in the Republican Party trying to accuse Democrats of, ruining this country. I've heard it so many times. The Democrats are trying to ruin the country? I don't think so. So I've been very quiet about these classified documents because I've always had my suspicion. It just seemed weird that we have scandals with presidents and vice presidents about classified documents, and then we get this crazy leak. Okay? So you got to let things play out before you weigh in on things like this because, I take national security very seriously. I'm one of the most serious people on TikTok when it comes to national security matters. And it seems like we finally are figuring out who leaked the classified documents on that Discord of sorts. And I want us to go through this together and you tell me, who do you think this individual is most politically aligned with? Do you think he's aligned with folks on the left? Or do you think he's aligned with folks on the right? Come on, folks. Discord Files leaker is a pew-pew loving Discord leader who shared documents with minors. Does that sound like a Democrat or a Republican to you? Let's go into this. They don't like it when you're telling the truth, but I'd rather be realer than you. Okay? You're not going to get me set up for failure. The Washington Post. All the TikTok lawyers and attorneys and counsel, please go cite this. Go look it up. I'm not making it up. Go check out the Washington Post. Okay? Detailed a man responsible for leaking highly classified Pentagon documents. Now, you tell me what side of the aisle do you think he's on? The leak took place on a Discord server led by OG. What the heck does OG stand for? Where members bonded over movies. They bonded over movies. Offensive jokes. Talking about military hardware and video game tactics. Is this stuff that goes on the left or on the right? You tell me. The Post interviewed a server member who was a young teenager when he met OG. Oh, Dirty G. What the heck is the name like OG? Original Gangster? I don't know. What does OG stand for? And he told the paper that OG would lecture them about world affairs and government operations to, quote, keep us in the loop. Shame! I already know what side of the aisle this individual is on, but I got to do this so that people understand where I'm coming from when I share this information. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. Last year, he was infuriated. Fired a message to all the members of the board. He spent nearly an hour every day writing up these long, drawn-out posts in which he'd often add annotations and explanations for stuff that we normal citizens would not understand. This member said his would-be pupils were more interested in YouTube videos and battle gear. So I already know where this is at. This is not the stuff of the Democrats. This is not what the Democrats are doing. Trying to indoctrinate kids. April, exactly. I showed you yesterday who was hanging out with kids and luring them to get alcohol. It wasn't the Democrats. No, it was over there in Texas. There's another guy out there in South Dakota doing the same thing. Who is out here hanging out with kids on Discords, ranting and raving about how terrible our government is and sharing classified information? You tell me, Trump supporters. Shame. It's a shame I have to do this. Help me! OG, all right, yeah. Treason, OG. That's when OG tactics changed. He changed. Rather than spending his time copying the documents, he took photographs, articles, and dropped them on the server. Wow. So he's ramping it up. These were more vivid and arresting documents than the plain text renderings. Some feature detailed charts of battlefield conditions in Ukraine and highly classified satellite images of the aftermath of Russian missile strikes and Ukrainian electrical facilities. Ladies and gentlemen, you tell me, who's doing this? Is this the Democrats or is this the Republicans? Just sad. The young man who spoke with the Post revered OG as similar to an uncle or a father figure and was astonished by his level of insight into current events. OG. Here we go. Now this is why I say, which side of the aisle is this person on? But OG, he had a dark view of government, the younger member said. He spoke of the United States and of particular law enforcement and the intelligence community as sinister. You ever hear people saying, we don't trust the government? You ever hear these folks? We've caught them. This is who's leaking it. This is who's leaking the information, ladies and gentlemen. Shame! And he said, as a sinister force that sought to suppress citizens and keep them in the dark, he ranted about government overreach. This is why I say, you know what? You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. This is why I get up and do these lives every day on TikTok. I do these lives because I know there are some people out here who really believe this stuff. And they don't have anyone like me, anyone like some of you out there, especially my friends, who actually say, hey, listen, is what you're hearing, is what this person's saying to you. Really sit down and think to yourself, does it make sense? Before you go on and do something else, let's just have a conversation about what the heck you're saying. You don't trust the government. That doesn't make sense. The government here in the United States is doing a lot. They keep the planes in the skies. They got our highways so you can get in your car and go. They check the food. They monitor things. They protect us. So this narrative that the government isn't doing enough to help you, it needs to end today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, because enough is enough, and it's time to put an end to these shenanigans. If you hear people complaining about our United States government and our president, just ask them. Say, now, listen, I get where you're coming from. You have a grievance. But is it worth this? Is it worth leaking United States top secret national security information? Are you really sure you know what you know, or are you're just going off of the stuff you heard? Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make this up. To the people who continue to blame the United States government, this is what I'm going to say to you. No. Stop listening to Fox News. Stop going to Breitbart. Stop listening to these people who are promoting fear. Okay? And get out here and live your life. See what the world has to offer. Okay, I am living in the lovely United States of America out here in California. I go out here, people are complaining about everything. And I'm like, yeah, you can get in trouble if you want to, but you can also do good if you want to. The choice is yours, folks. Come on. Cut it out. Cut it out. Do not listen to anyone promoting fear. Okay? Do not continue to send Donald J. Trump your money. The man claims he's a billionaire. If he's a billionaire, why is he asking you for your money? You're sitting back, you're collecting SSI, you're collecting benefits, unemployment, whatever it is, and you still feel like I need to send Donald Trump 30% of my income because without him in the White House, he can't protect me. Shame! I'm here today to shut all of that down and set the captive free. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've had an interesting morning, okay? We've talked about the crimes of Donald Trump, but it's now time for me to hear from each and every single one of you. Now, before we move any further, Yazzie, thank you so much for those blue waves. Before we move any further, Donald Trump is getting deposed today, and I want you all to remember Donald Trump is probably going to plead the fifth today several times.
For all of the reasons provided in my answer, which is incorporated herein in its entirety, I decline to answer the question.
I decline. So if Donald Trump can plead the fifth, Zeus can plead the fifth today. Today is going to be a day of people pleading the fifth, perhaps. And you know what happens? When I plead the fifth, I'm doing it to protect you. But if you plead the fifth, obviously you're guilty. Now, a lot of people don't like what I say. And they don't like the United States of America. They say the United States is not doing such a good thing, you know. So for those of you who continue to complain about the United States of America, you can leave. I don't care where you go, but you can leave. And I do mean it. And it's not just my opinion. This is also the opinion of the former president.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
That's where I stand. That's where I stand. Biden won fair and square. Donald Trump is responsible for January 6th. Donald Trump is a criminal. And if you don't like it, pack your bags. Okay? Because the country is built on law and order. Okay? We had to deal with Trump for 4 years. Surely you can deal with President Joe Biden. Okay? Perhaps maybe another term or two. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to open up the boxes. They don't like it when you're telling the truth, but I would rather be realer than you, and you know this. All right, let's get into this. And you know how we do. We're on a time schedule, ladies and gentlemen. No, and let's keep it moving so everybody can talk. All right, greetings, Brother Sky Captain. How are you doing? Hello. Sky Captain, I cannot.
What's up, Zeus?
Yes, what's up? How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just another day in the kingdom, maintaining order out here in Olympus. And by the way, my hammer is stronger than ever. Not
That
you,
it is.
Captain. And I'm saying that to those who are questioning my authority. So what do you got for us?
I'm just here because I thought you were going to bring up Snuggles because I am still waiting on the steak dinner.
Oh no, we moved that deal because he does. Now we're betting on convictions.
Oh, of course we move the goalpost as usual.
Well, listen, we have to move the goalpost because this is what I call, you ever seen those cartoons that you start planting those sticks of dynamite and stuff like that before you blow it all up? We're just planting them, okay? And when it's all said and done, it's going to look like Wile E. Coyote in the Roadrunner when he goes off the cliff and he looks around and he goes, puts that sign up and he goes, "How did I get here?" And then he falls down. Wild. So you've been hearing me talk about a lot of different things. I would imagine, right?
Yes.
What do you think about Jack Smith and this wire fraud thing that he has going on? He's basically saying he lied to his supporters in order to get them to send him money. Do you think Jack Smith should prosecute him for that?
1,000%.
Exactly. Exactly. And what do you think? Do you think that his supporters should get a refund?
A refund? No.
You don't think he should give him a refund? Wow. Well, listen.
He shouldn't give him a refund. I think they should do something purposeful with the funds,
Oh. I've never thought of that. Maybe they should do something purposeful with those funds, huh?
Maybe we could like donate the money to, say, victims of gun violence and how we could maybe make that better in this country since that's the
Thank you.
number one killer of children now.
Yeah, good idea. You know what? I would like to ask the Trump supporters that have been sending Donald Trump money, will you be open to doing that instead of every month donating $300, Snuggles, to Donald Trump and his so-called criminal cases that he's being, persecuted for? Why not send that money to a good cause instead?
Amen.
Yeah, you could get a tax deduction for it.
You could.
Yeah. So you know what, Sky Captain, I'm going to have to actually do what you suggested. I'm going to be encouraging all Trump supporters who are sending Donald Trump their money to do exactly as you said. Donate it to a good cause. It's not going to a good cause with Donald Trump because you know what he's doing. He's stealing. He's committing all kind of fraud. He's committing violations of the Espionage Act. He's paying hush money to porn stars and Playboy models. He ain't doing what he should be doing with that money. He's suing Michael Cohen now for $500 million. $500 million? Seriously? Trump wouldn't even know what to do with that money if he got it. He'd get it and go commit more crimes. Come on.
Hey Zeus, maybe we could use the money and donate it for people to get therapy, since all the Bud Light has hurt everyone now.
Oh, the Bud Light. The Bud Light. Now they blaming the beer. They want to get rid of the Bud Lights now. I drink Coors. I drink Miller Genuine Draft. Whatever you're drinking. Why? Why are you? You know, I got into a conversation. They got this thing going on right now about which bathroom should you use. You ever heard about this?
Of course.
Makes no sense. I don't get it. Why are people on the right so obsessed with what people are doing in their bedrooms and the bathroom? Make it make sense to me. Why are you so obsessed with that stuff? As far as I'm concerned, you're just nasty. All right, Sky Captain. Now listen up. I got to bring up the next guest. All right, champion.
All right. Thanks for
It
having me.
was so nice to talk to you.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, wow, we have Sky Captain visiting Zeus in Olympus. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I'm going to bring up the next guest, and this guest needs no introduction. Nutty Professor. Everyone know Nutty Professor is coming with nothing but truth. And I'm not also going to just be bringing up Nutty Professor. I have people who don't agree with Zeus, and I will bring them up next as well. Because listen, ladies and gentlemen, when you're out here in the top on Mount Olympus, you have to handle whatever comes, okay? Because I got to free the minds. Good morning, Nutty Professor.
Good morning to all my peoples out there. How's everybody today?
Oh, we're doing very, very well. Thank you for asking.
So,
That's so nice of you.
Zeus,
Yes.
Zeus, you look well today, my friend. I wouldn't go as far as say handsome, but you look well today. You look well today.
That's one strike against you.
Oh,
Nutty.
see, you know what? Keep the strikes coming, Dan, because I'm full of them today. So I see that you were talking about the former president Ashy Palms. So, yes, that was quite interesting. Did you see those small chicken-looking fingers?
Oh, you want to talk about Donald Trump and the lotion?
Well, it's a great day to talk about Donald Trump because this man, he's throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks, So now he's coming after, Michael Cohen because Michael Cohen is talking, and he doesn't like people who talk, But here's the deal. Michael Cohen went to prison. He went to prison. He lost his law license because he was protecting Donald John Trump.
Now, I talked to one of our good friends, and they said things like this. Michael Cohen is no longer credible because he lied. Is it your opinion that once a person is found lying, that they are, for the rest of their life, Not credible. Because it goes to my concept about once a cheater, always a cheater.
So, Zeus, if that's the case, why are they still on their knees in front of Donald Trump?
Whoa. What do you mean? Nutty
Because
professor?
if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on the number, but I believe the last number I heard, Trump lied over 35,000 times when he was on television. Not misleading, but he lied over 35,000 times. So if that's the litmus that we're going by, we know that Michael Cohen lied to protect Donald Trump.
Right.
So I'm more inclined to believe Michael Cohen because he was protecting his investment. Well, not his investment, but his employer.
Yeah.
He was trying to protect his employer.
Yeah.
And we see people falling constantly because they're trying to protect Donald Trump.
You hear what
They're trying to protect Donald Trump. Look,
so
his CFO is in Rikers
credible.
Island. His CFO is in Rikers Island right now. That old man is sitting in Rikers Island because he tried to protect Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Everybody that tries to protect Donald Trump ends up lying, and then they end up getting banana. I say banana because I'm on TikTok. But they end up getting.
Keep it clean. We don't curse and we don't do any name calling. You keeping it clean. I like that.
So they end up paying ultimate price for their personal lives because they've tried to protect Donald Trump. So if that's the litmus that we're going by, then they shouldn't be believing Donald Trump.
Cut it out, old Pappy. Change your name too. I don't like it. It has a little nasty twist to it. I don't like old Pappy. Keep going, Nutty Professor.
So I'm inclined to believe Michael Cohen, somebody who went to prison for this man. And so now he's salty because Michael Cohen is no longer under his control.
You hear that?
And he doesn't like it.
And you know what's so funny? And this is why I put the video up yesterday. I said, look at how Trump is treating Michael Cohen, his former fixer. This guy used to do everything under the sun for Donald Trump. Now, after Trump has no use for him, Trump is suing him for
Preaching the gospel. Preaching the gospel.
Huh?
I said you're preaching the gospel right now.
Yeah.
You're preaching the gospel.
What do you think he'll do to you? If he does that to someone that used to be his right-hand man, what do you think he would do to you, Trump supporters?
So I'm evoking my inner Cat Williams. Everything. So I'm evoking my Cat Williams there. So folks, here's the deal. I don't believe that all participants, all believers of MAGA, I don't believe that you all are bad people. I don't believe that at all. Okay. However, what I do believe, if you support and continue to support someone who's a known racist, someone who's a known grifter, someone who's a known liar, someone who puts themselves over you and over the Constitution you purport to love.
Yeah.
If you continue supporting this person, you're not a patriot. You're not a patriot. It's one thing to support. It's one thing to say I'm a Republican and I'm gonna vote Republican values, well, or lack thereof. But
right.
I'm gonna vote for that. That's one thing to say that, but to constantly be in this camp for Donald Trump, it's mind blowing to me, folks. You guys are better than this. You all are free thinkers, or so I thought.
I thought so too.
And I think Swervin says this all the time. The difference between Donald Trump and Jim Jones is that Donald Trump will make you pay for the Kool-Aid, and he's making you pay for the Kool-Aid that you're drinking. Make it make sense, my people. Come on, wake up. Wake up. This country needs.
Swervin is definitely one of the best truth tellers on TikTok as well. I mean, Nutty, you're good. I'm good. Well, no one's better than Zeus, but they're up there.
We're all better than you, Zeus, but you know, but we love you, brother. Is that strike number 2? Is that strike number 2?
All right.
So yes. So I love how they keep saying I lied. That's fine. So anyway, so I'm not even gonna pay attention to y'all in the comments. I'm paying attention to my okay friend Zeus right here.
So cut it out, okay? because I want you to keep those comments that they're saying in mind, okay? Because we are getting closer and closer and closer to them tapping out, getting those knee pads, and apologizing to the rest of the world for their unwavering support of a criminal. We're
So,
getting
Zeus,
very
may
close.
I ask you a question, sir? Do you have
Absolutely.
readily available to you the soundbite where Donald Trump said that if you plead the fifth, then you're guilty? Do you have that
I
soundbite?
don't. I do not have that one, but I have the soundbite of Trump pleading the fifth. Okay,
Because
but I'll get it.
here's why I asked that. Because he's in New York right now, and he's going to sit for a deposition. He's going to plead the Fifth Amendment.
He better.
He's going to,
And we're
because
going to argue that if he pleads the fifth, he's doing it because he has something to
he
hide.
has everything to hide. And here's why you saw those ashy poems. Here's why I'm gonna tell you why you saw those ashy poems.
Fair enough. And then I got
It
to
is,
move it on, Nutty
yes, sir.
Professor.
Yes, sir. All right. It's already a foregone conclusion that Donald Trump does not like the blacks. He does not like the Browns. He doesn't like anyone that looks different than he. Right? It's already a foregone conclusion of that. And the
No,
fact that
no,
we
he
have
meant low unemployment rate. Remember,
oh
low black
yeah, okay,
unemployment rate.
yeah, okay, and the fact that three of the blacks are prosecuting him, holding him to account.
Who are those three? Please remind.
Alvin Bragg,
Alvin Bragg. That's one.
the beautiful Letitia James,
Letitia James. That's
and the
two.
beautiful Fannie Willis down in Georgia.
Bonnie Willis.
So
Oh
the fact that
no!
you
Look,
have
he's at the
that you
barbecue.
have
Trump got invited to the barbecue.
you got three people of color holding him to account. This man is furious, and he is filling up that diaper in his pants right now as
Oh
we
my
speak.
God!
So, with that being said, my friend, it is always a pleasure talking to you, and I'm going to yield back the balance
Thank
of
you.
my time.
Thank you so much, Nutty Professor. Oh my gosh. Now you see, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there is so much joy in the United States of America. All you have to do is just listen. We're not angry with Trump. Actually, he's bringing us all together. Now listen up, ladies and gentlemen. This next guest, she needs no introduction. Conservative Lynn. All right? She is definitely one of my fiercest critics out here, but I know she's only doing it because she needs my help to get her out of that dark place she's found herself in. Good morning,
That's
conservative.
that's instant.
uh,
I,
Spectrum,
I
have I
wanted to
lied?
I actually wanted to touch on something you said. You said that we are a nation of law and order, correct?
Absolutely.
Great. So, what is the supreme law of the land?
Well, there's a lot of laws, but I would love
No,
for
the
you to explain it.
supreme law of the land would
I've
be
never
the
heard of that
Constitution,
concept,
correct?
conservative Lynn.
Okay, perfect. The supreme law of the land is known as the Constitution of the United States,
Oh,
correct?
oh, I guess so.
Right.
What about
All
the Bill
laws
of
are measured
Rights?
by the
What about the Bill of
Constitution
Rights?
no, that well, the Bill of Rights is part of the Constitution.
Oh,
So when we're talking about the Constitution, right, everything is measured by whether it's constitutional, whether it's unconstitutional to have that law, correct?
which one of the Constitution, which amendment is the most important?
Second Amendment,
Which is
right to bear arms,
that's more important than the First Amendment?
because it protects the others.
Well, why didn't it go number one? Why didn't they make
Because
it?
if you don't have your Second Amendment rights, then you have no protections for the
Oh,
other amendments.
oh,
That's why it's the most important. So
oh.
now, since we're all about law and order, right? So if that's the case, and we're about law and order, then we would uphold all of the Constitution, including due process, correct?
Yeah, I'm with that.
And we would hate to see any citizens' constitutional rights be trampled on for any sort of, oh, I don't know, political or personal gain, correct?
I would like to kind of pause right there. When you say I would hate to see it, Can we get more context? Because
Well, wouldn't any, as an American, right? If they
I
could
am
trample,
American.
right? As an American, would you be upset, or would you protest if somebody's constitutional rights were being trampled on? They weren't getting due
Well,
process,
define trampled.
not acknowledged and not
Oh,
adhered and not recognized?
is there a reason that they're not being recognized other than just
Well,
someone
that's the thing.
because
You have
you
to.
saw what happened out there in Tennessee, right?
But you have to remember that if we are a nation of law and order, then that would mean the Constitution, and that's what we measure law and order by. Then we would have to agree that all people in this country deserve the rights that the Constitution gives, because the Constitution is not given by the government. It is for the people, by the people, for a protection from the government. That was the
So,
entire purpose
okay,
of it,
I agree with
correct?
that. So you heard about what happened out there in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, but I'm not going there yet. I just want to land this plane first, and
Thank
then
you, Rick.
we'll
Okay,
go there.
land it because I want to make sure
Right.
as you're
So
landing the plane.
what I'm saying is that what you're doing, right, and the conversations that you're having about how Trump is guilty and Trump this, Trump that, Trump this,
Absolutely.
Trump that. You're
Yes.
making accusations without having any proof, and you are violating his constitutional right to due process.
Oh, can I talk about that? Did I tell you what
Sure.
he? Okay, I think Trump is guilty, and I'm going to tell you what he's guilty of. He's guilty of adultery, and then that's
Okay,
not in the
that's not
Constitution.
against the Constitution.
I get it, but I can still say he's guilty of adultery. I can
He was
still say
guilty
he's
of
guilty
adultery in
of
his first
sinning.
marriage. We all know that.
What?
I said he was guilty of adultery in his first marriage. Marla Maples.
Thank you. I love that. I finally got you to
Yeah,
say
I mean,
he's guilty of
he
something.
listen, he cheated on his wife. He cheated on his first wife, especially, and then
Okay. What about
married
him guilty
Marla
of stealing?
Maples.
What else is he guilty of then, conservative Lynn?
I don't know. What else is
Stealing,
he guilty of? No,
stealing,
hasn't been
stealing,
proven. Hasn't been
lying,
proven.
guilty of stealing, guilty of lying.
Guilty of lying to whom?
Oh,
And about what?
America, his wife, his family, everyone. He's a
Okay, so
liar.
again, you're talking about adultery. But
No, I'm
adultery
talking
is
about
not against the
multiple.
Constitution.
I'm talking about multiple things. When I refer to Donald J. Trump as guilty in this kingdom, that's different than him being legally found guilty. But in this kingdom, I'm well within my authority to convict him.
So again, is lying a violation of the Constitution?
Lying could be a form of violating the Constitution.
No, it can't. There's nothing in the
You
Constitution
ever heard
that
of
says
perjury? You ever heard of perjury?
that's only if you are under oath. That's it.
So to answer your question,
And it's
lying
not
could
against the
be a form.
Constitution either.
So to answer your question, lying could be a form of violating the Constitution. Then, right?
No.
You're
First
not
of all,
allowed
you
to
can
commit
only
perjury.
you can
You're not
only be
allowed to commit
penalized.
perjury.
No, you can only be penalized for lying if it's under
You ever
oath,
heard of people
or if
You
somebody
ever heard
brings
of
a
lying
suit,
to the FBI?
or if
You ever heard of
somebody-
lying to the FBI?
it's a crime, but it's not unconstitutional.
It still can get you convicted.
Of
We're
a
talking
different
about-
crime,
we're
but it's not
talking
a
about-
violation of the Constitution.
We're talking about convictions and being found guilty, whether it's in a criminal justice system or whether it's in my kingdom. Trump is guilty.
No, because in
you
your
know
kingdom.
it is conservative, Lynn.
I'm
You
so
can't
glad that you
stand
finally
it.
told the truth and said that this is about entertainment and satire. I'm glad that
Possibly.
you finally spoke the truth about that, at least.
Well, I've always spoke the truth. You know what they call me? They call me Triple H. Why? You can say it with me because I'm honest. I'm the most honest person you know on TikTok.
Well,
I'm
the
very
most
humble.
honest thing that you've said is that your platform is entertainment and satire. That's the most honest thing I've heard you say.
Well, I said I'm very humble. That's the second most honest thing you've heard me say. I'm one of the most
I
humble
wouldn't go
people.
so far as to say that.
And by the way, conservative Lynn, you know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. I'm handsome.
You think you're the most handsome, though, and Lumberjack disagrees.
Absolutely.
And
You know
Lumberjack
it. That's why
disagrees.
you're smiling right now. Turn your camera. No, I'm kidding.
Lumberjack disagrees.
Well, Lumberjack is definitely, he's guilty of lying, and I've convicted him several times in my kingdom.
You should challenge him.
Listen, what's already understood doesn't need to be discussed, conservative Lynn.
No,
Now,
you should challenge him. I agree. I think you absolutely should challenge Lumberjack.
I
To a point.
appreciate you. No, there's no challenge. I would hate to disrupt what he's doing. I think he needs to continue down the path he's on until he's willing to come to the light like a lot of these folks here are. See, you got to be willing to come to Zeus humbly. You have to be willing to abandon all forms of misinformation in order for us to actually be so-called competing. But when it comes to where we're at right now, you and I agree. I'm Triple H. There's no one else out here like that. Come on, conservative Lynn. Now, I'm going to move on, and I want you to do some research, okay? Please fact check me. Is Trump guilty of committing adultery? Is he guilty of lying? Is he guilty of
committing
stealing?
adultery. I've already proven that.
Okay, so I think that's progress because you and I still don't think I should.
You've never asked me that question. Like I said, if he does something wrong, then sure, I'll say it. I know that he cheated on Ivana Trump with Marla Maples. Everybody knows
what
about that. And then
What
he
about
married her.
Melania? Did he cheat on Melania with Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal?
Well, again, that is your perception. That is not necessarily the truth.
Do you think he falsified those business documents?
No, because I don't think he had anything to do with the business documents. I think he hired people that had things to do, but I don't think that there's any wrongdoing either.
So you don't think
And here's the other question. You keep bringing up Jack Smith, and now he's coming up with a different charge.
Jack
Yeah.
Smith is
So
mine.
now he's coming up with a new charge or a different charge. Is that because he couldn't get him on the original charges he was trying to get him on?
No. I think
Are you sure about that?
you're putting the cart before the horse.
It's just like the same thing with the classified documents. They couldn't get him on that, so now they're going with obstruction.
Well, they got him on the classified. Now
No,
they
they
get him
didn't.
on obstruction. And
They didn't get him
now
on the
they're gonna get him
classified
on-
documents. He hasn't been charged with anything.
Well,
And on top of that, how are you going to charge Donald Trump and you're not going to charge Joe Biden or Mike Pence or anybody else? Do you know, as a matter of fact, what the National Archives did? NARA actually sent out memos to every single president from Clinton forward or George W. Bush forward. Clinton, George W. Bush, all of them, all presidents and vice presidents, and said, hey, if y'all happen to have any classified documents laying around, can you return them to us? How sad is that?
And I think that was a good step in the right direction.
It just shows the incompetence of the National Archives.
No,
because they should know where these classified documents are. They should know where sensitive classified documents are. The fact that they have to send a memo, they did not know Joe Biden had them. They did not know Mike Pence had them. And now they have to go all the way back to the living presidents forward and say, hey, just in case y'all have any classified documents lying around, could you just return them to us? Like, how sad is that? They don't even know who has what.
Well, I think when it's all said and done, we're going to get anyone who's up to anything nefarious with those classified documents, starting with the person out there named OG. And I know you believe, like I believe, this person probably is on the right side of the aisle. Trump supporter, Marjorie Taylor.
Speculation.
No, well, listen. I'm just being
speculation.
Now,
but you're speculating.
Now, I want us to continue to do our research on the former president.
We should definitely research before we speculate, don't you think?
I do a ton of research. Now, listen.
Yahoo also, just so you know, I know I said something to you yesterday about Twitter, but now you're citing your source as Yahoo, also not a source, just saying. Just so you know.
Listen, I do. Listen.
Listen, Zeus, I'm just trying to help you out, buddy.
I'm going to have to go to our next guest, okay?
I bet you do.
And I would, listen, you're more than welcome to come back with any kind of information you have, okay? Because in this kingdom, only thing that we do promote is truth. We don't promote lies, and we do not promote misinformation, okay? And
I don't think you do it willingly. I just think that you're willfully ignorant to certain things because of where you're getting your information from.
Fair enough. Well, let's do this. I will try my best to get it from more sources that you find credible. And if you can, please send me a list of sources that I should use, okay?
Okay,
and
sure.
and I will bring those.
It's going to change your platform quite a bit, though.
Actually, no, because I have
it will fix that hammer of yours that's broken.
Cut it out, Lynn. Cut it out. Yeah, all right, Lynn. I gotta move it on. But thank you so much. It's always nice to hear from you. Okay, I gotta bring up the next guest before I get up out of here.
Have a good day.
Wow. All right, you two, ladies and gentlemen, conservative Lynn. I tell you, she brings the truth from her side like no one else. I would argue her and Snuggles together would be a dangerous mix. All right. Moving along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. I want to bring up somebody. Oh my gosh. You know, I got to switch it up. I do got to switch it up, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we heard that conversation. That was a tough conversation. Lynn, you almost made me start sweating. I got to cut it. You got to cut it out. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to bring up the next guest. Jeez, this is starting to turn into a lot of work. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, why I run the live this way, because I'm doing a show. You go on YouTube, you follow my profile, click on YouTube. This is all for entertainment and educational purposes. You can watch these shows after. All right, that's why I got to keep it clean. And I appreciate those of you who behave in the box. Because listen, if you misbehave in the box, it messes up the ability for me to post it, because then it says, your guest was suspended, Zeus. You can't use the video. Let's not do that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Good morning, Brother Anthony. How are you doing? Welcome back.
What's going on, Zeus? Appreciate you having me up here in Mount Olympus as always.
Thank you. It's always nice to see you here. You know, how have you been? I've been on timeout for a week. They had me on ice. Okay, so they telling me I got to clean up my act a little bit out here. And what has been going on while I've been gone?
Oh man, there's a lot going on. Did you read get the information this morning that Joe Biden has the lowest black unemployment rate in recent history?
What?
Yeah, it was all over the news. You didn't see it this morning?
No, I'm not. Kiss my grits. Cut it out. Wow. How do you think Biden is able to connect with black voters like this, Brother Anthony? What do you think is the secret?
I mean, it's not hard to connect with black voters when the opposition is the Confederacy.
Woo! Oh, you woke up on that type of time today. I see what you're doing. I see.
You know, I don't pull no punches with them.
Well, listen. There are some people out here that are just good old-fashioned Republicans. They don't like Trump at all. They wish
they're awful quiet though, Zeus.
Well,
they can't be of any use if they're quiet about it.
Well, they don't know how to go at it, right? I mean, and imagine these people, they're watching their party crumble right in front of their eyes.
Watching their party crumble.
Yeah. Don't you think? You know, I got this network, Republicans Against Trump, and you know, what would you say is step one if there's a Republican out there against Donald Trump? What would you say is the first thing they should do right now to get things back on track? What advice?
You'll never get it off the ground, because it's not the politicians, it's the base. They're afraid. All of them are afraid of the base.
Why? Why would they be afraid of the base?
Because history says that base will the history said the base is dangerous.
Are you going to keep it? Is it too dirty to discuss on TikTok?
Yeah, no. You see, I cleaned it up. The history says that the base is dangerous.
Oh. So there's fear.
Yeah, it's fear. It's fear.
Well, the right thing, if you ask me, if I were talking to some of my friends on the right, a lot of them, they don't even want to engage with the Trump supporters at this point. They feel like there's just no hope in terms of trying to convince any of the people that support Donald Trump to stop it.
But if they can't confront the people, if they can't front Trump supporters, which is MAGA, which is the loudest part of their base, then how do they ever think they're going to get anything accomplished? Because MAGA want blood.
Well, I think
All they want is blood.
okay, well, I think I know what you mean, but keep it clean. I think I get what you're saying. You're saying they don't want to play fair.
Trump said it himself. He is their retribution. It,
Shame! I'm going to have to give that a shame. I did hear the former president say that, and I was disgusted. You know what I'm going to say? Rule number one to the Trump supporters. Please do us a huge favor. Rule number one is you must stop being vassals of transgression. Okay?
the 40 million illegals crossing the border. The thing is, they don't even understand that it's the same immigration policy. We're under the same immigration policy.
Mm. Well, it's not the same when you have President Biden doing it. It's not the same when you have President Barack Hussein Obama doing it. Okay? I can't go to, you know what they're doing right now? I can't drink Bud Light because it's not the same. They didn't change the recipe. They didn't change the ingredients in there. It is the same.
Not being inclusive, not being able to be inclusive, they're going to miss out on a whole lot of things. Beer, sports, egg. They're going to miss out on a whole lot of things for not wanting to be inclusive.
You got to practice being more inclusive, folks. Okay? Quit trying to alienate yourself and make yourself look like
Trump.
Huh? You're trying to. You can't sit out here and act like you are God's gift to this planet, and everybody else is bad. Cut it out.
Did you see at the beginning?
On TikTok yesterday, and there's a woman out there, Lady MAGA. Have you heard of this? Lady MAGA. Have you heard of
Lady MAGA? No, I haven't. Lord knows I haven't.
I mean, great content. I was like, wow, this is impressive coming from the right. So I don't want to hear people out here judging people based on their appearance any longer. Zeus, are you okay? Is it affecting me right now? No. Then leave me alone. Yes, I'm okay with it. Cut it out. Stop complaining about what other people are doing and get to working on what you should be doing. I know I'm talking to somebody out there.
Somebody hear you. Somebody felt that prophetic message.
Yeah. A lot of people reach out to me and they say, Zeus, thank you so much for all of the work you're doing on TikTok. I'm going to stop voting red and I'm going to vote blue. I'm going to become a Democrat because I see what you've been saying now coming to pass. I'm starting to wake up and see that my party is the party of hypocrisy at the moment. Okay? And they come to me in good faith telling me this, and I believe them.
Hey, Zeus, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to drop down from Olympus because I know you got some other people you want to bring up.
All right.
But it amazes me, like the last conversation you just had with conservative Lynn.
Right.
That she's willing to hold you more responsible for your truths than she's willing to hold her ex-president.
But you know what? You're right. But I do know I put something on her mind today. Okay. And she's gonna go back and she's gonna probably be out there, doing something in her real world, driving to the store or something, and she's gonna go, that Zeus, Triple H, I am starting to understand what he's saying. Triple H actually makes sense. And it's going to go off like a bell. Moderate Democrat, thank you. And she's going to come back and she's going to testify on Mount Olympus. Okay, and tell me, you know what, Zeus? You're right. You are honest. You are humble and handsome. Thank you,
Have
my
a good
brother.
one, Zeus.
Huh?
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Zeus, are you Poker Dad? What are you saying? Are you using and BS again? Poker Dad, cut it out. All truth here. All truth here this morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a little bit more time. This show really is supposed to only go 1 hour, but I keep going over. I keep having to go over because I'm having such fun and exciting and engaging conversations. So let me see how many more guests I can get through. Oh my goodness. What a day.
Yes, it is.
All right, kiss my grits. What do you have for us once again in the kingdom? You know you have fans
I
here.
worry about your mental stability. That's what
Don't
I
even
worry
worry.
about.
Don't do that.
Because
Nope.
that's all you do is talk about Trump.
No.
I mean,
I
is
talk
there
about
anything else you
Republicans.
talk about?
You want me to talk about the Republican congressman in South
Is
Dakota?
that all you have to talk about is political?
Well, we can talk about
Does your
relationships.
life ever revolve around anything else but this?
We
I
can
mean,
talk
come
about
on now.
love. You want to talk about love? Kiss my grits.
Which you don't have any.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but do you want to talk love?
Sure.
Is it okay for a man to cheat on his wife?
Really?
This is a question I
Is
have to
that
ask.
love?
Well, you know what they say out here,
Is
right?
that love?
You know what they said, and I heard it from one of the discords that Trump has. It said women should get used to men having multiple partners. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Because that's the arrangement me and my husband have.
But let's
Whoever
all right.
wait. So for these people that wants to have multiple
Right.
lovers, as you call, that's
They're
their
saying
arrangement. Who are
men
you to
don't
say
carry babies.
otherwise?
They're saying men
Who are
don't carry
okay? Listen,
babies, so they should
whoa,
be able to go
you
out and sleep around, and
Zeus,
women shouldn't.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Who are you to say otherwise if that's their arrangement?
I'm not saying this. I'm saying I read this on one of the discords that the Trump supporters have.
Okay, but who are you to say otherwise? There are a lot of people on the left that has multiple lovers, as what you call it.
But are you personally okay with it? Because you don't
No,
want me to talk
like I
about
said,
Trump.
no.
So I want you to kind of let me know where you are in terms of this relationship stuff. Would you would you tell if you have a son or a daughter, would you tell them like, you know what, you should just be okay with men sleeping around, but you should be a faithful woman to that man? Women should. Do you think women
See,
should?
and that's funny. The men think that they can have whatever lover they want, but it's not okay for the woman to do it.
Right. That's why
Why
I'm
is that
asking
not
you.
okay?
Is it okay or not?
Well, like I said, it's according to their own arrangement that they have.
So in certain cases, it could be okay.
It's their arrangement.
But for you personally,
Who are you to say what their arrangement is and isn't?
I don't
But
have
I
a
think
dog.
it's just funny. I think it's just funny that, men think that they can have how many they want and women can't if you're in that arrangement.
So, I mean, I'm talking at it.
Huh.
I'm saying for you personally, are you okay sharing a man?
I already done. How many times you going to ask that question?
Is it yes or no?
And I've already answered it
Oh,
like 3 times.
let
No.
me know. You said yes?
I said
Okay.
no.
Oh, okay. I mean, and the reason I ask that is because, it is important for us to kind of have standards like that, right? Wouldn't you say?
Like I said, it's their arrangement.
Well,
It's also the person's arrange. It's also up to the person, whoever he cheated on or cheated on. It's up to them to decide if they're going to forgive him or not.
oh, so there is forgiveness.
Don't you think?
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to make sure that I understand where you're coming from. if this is acceptable conduct, it's acceptable. If it's not, it's not, according to you. But I don't know if people that are cheating are necessarily, open to going to the person they're cheating on and saying, hey,
But who are
I just
you
want you
to
to know.
not to forgive when it's up to you? It's not up to you for forgiveness.
Yeah, it is up to me for forgiveness. If I was
Is it?
cheated on,
The
if I was
ultimate
cheated on, I have the
decision, the
power to
ultimate
forgive.
decision. You can decide not to forgive them, but the ultimate decision to be forgiven by is their creator, whoever
Oh,
they claim as their creator,
like they're God.
whoever they want to claim.
Do you think once a cheater, always a cheater?
No, not necessarily.
Do you think once a liar, always a liar?
No, not necessarily.
What does it take for a
I
person?
think I think if someone turns their life around and want to be the betterment of themselves, I think they could change for themselves.
Who would determine if a person's really turned their life around? How would you know that this person's actually done that?
Their actions will speak louder than their words.
Mm. Well, you know what? That is quite interesting that you say those things. Would you agree? So it's almost like that parable in the Bible when
So
they
are
say
you going to bring this back to Trump, or are we still on love?
we're still on love. Have I? I didn't even
Okay.
say Trump's name.
Okay.
But is there something about this that you want to talk about that's connected to the former president?
No, I'm actually tired of talking about him.
Well,
I'm actually tired of listening about him. I'm actually tired and really worried about your mental stability.
I would like to reassure you that I have one of the sharpest minds known to mankind. Okay.
Really? Then why
And
is this always what you're talking about?
um
Always.
um
You cannot switch up. You cannot do something different. It's always. Always. How about going on AOC and how she paid thousands of
If you're
dollars
not happy
to
here,
a
then you can
former.
leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
How
Come back
about
if you want. Don't come
let's
back.
talk
It's
about
okay too.
AOC
But if you're not happy,
on
you
how
can leave.
she paid a foreign asset for her
what do you
companion.
think about that comment, Kiss My Grits?
Well, y'all the one that said y'all were going to leave when Trump got into office in 2016. I don't see none of y'all leaving.
Um, we're here doing God's work. Just like you. Well, you should be doing God's work, but I'm concerned that you're not. I think sometimes you might be finding yourself doing the work of the devil. Okay, and I'm trying to get you to stop doing it. So here's the thing, and I made this deal. You've asked me why do I talk about Trump? I'm going to make this deal to you as well. If you want me to stop talking about Trump, I'm going to need you and your friends to agree on a couple of things. Are you ready? One,
Because they're willing to bypass what Biden's
no, no,
doing to
no.
go on Trump.
One on today. Today, can you confirm whether or not you believe the 2020? What was that?
Look at the treason of the current president before we start looking at treason of the past president.
Wait a second. No. I can't do it. I was just going to ask, can you agree that the 2020 election wasn't stolen? Can you
I'm
agree
not
to that?
talking about that, dude. Every
Well, you
time I
want me to
talk
stop
about that,
talking
people
about
wants to
Trump?
take me down. Come on now.
Oh,
Stop baiting people.
oh, you want me to take you down? Okay. Well, listen, Kiss My Grits. I'll move on to the next guest. And I totally appreciate the feedback you gave me today. I really do. Okay. I will take what you said under consideration. All right. Now, have a good rest of your morning, Kiss My Grits. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. They want me to stop talking about Donald J. Trump, who's now running to be in office again. I won't do it. You know what he says? If you don't like it, you can leave this country. But before I move any further, I did want to say this though. The deal was, if you don't want Zeus to talk about Trump supporters, it's very simple. One, I need you to agree. Thank you. I need you to agree that the 2020 election wasn't stolen. Okay? Agree to that? You check one box. Yes! Thank you, heaven. The next thing I need you to agree to is that Trump was responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. Can you do that? Trump supporters. Oh, it was stolen. See? So, kiss my grits. Unfortunately, I must continue to do this work in the kingdom, okay? Until you all quit spreading misinformation and lying, we got to do what we got to do over here, okay? All right. Let me bring up. Oh, this must be okay. Oh my goodness. I can't get all of you before I leave. I can't get all of you before I leave, okay? I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. Attacking, yes.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you? Do not keep it clean. Please keep it clean.
I will keep it clean. I will keep
Thank
it clean.
you.
It's only you and me.
Thank you.
It'll stay civil, as we all know.
Thank you.
I will answer in regards to what you read earlier. I think Charles Flynn and Mike Flynn might have a little bit of input in what's being displayed in leaked documents.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think that the general who's in the ability in the office to be able to get these documents could leak them to his brother, and he would leak them to other sources to throw some dirt into Biden's corner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Flynn's brother's still in service. Flynn's brother is still in service.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Attacking.
And he did take a phone call in regards to January 6th, or wrote out a memo saying something about stand down or don't do anything or whatever. The process has to go through him or something like that. I forget specifics. I haven't thought about this issue for a long time. Wow. Another thing, I'm glad that conservative Lynn brought up the Constitution to you.
Oh.
I'm so glad.
She said it's the supreme law of the land in the Second Amendment.
Yes. Now the thing is this: if we've all remembered, Ivanka Trump received 26 trademarks from China while working for Daddy in the White House. Correct?
Correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, within the Constitution that Lynn so boldly brought to you, like it's a big deal and she's going to give you some type of information that you didn't know about, is the Emoluments Clause, which means you cannot make money personally or for your family while working in the government of the United States. So that kind of screwed that one right there. And I'm just giving a synopsis of the information. Wow. And by the way, Anthony, who said that the black unemployment is the lowest in history. Yep. Heard it this morning, 5%.
Whoa!
Yeah.
God bless Joe Biden. Wow.
Yep. And then let's talk about the new information that's coming out. Jack Smith, a great guy, and a bulldog from what everybody is saying. He's not dropping one issue to go for another issue. He's compiling a whole bunch of issues. It's going to be a smorgasbord of information in regards to Donald Trump and his criminal activity. So it's not just going to be one thing. It's going to be multiple things. Oh. So for the new information coming out that Donald Trump showed some type of map yes. of some secret information and stuff like that, all this information coming out, I'm sorry, guys. This is where ethics and morals, common sense, and values come in regards to all this information. So why are you guys ignoring it? You guys say you guys believe you guys have information and proof, but yet when the information and proof comes out that you don't like, it's fake. It's not going anywhere. They're stretching. It's a witch hunt.
They always do that, don't they? They always
do that. They always do that. I really do hate these people that say they're Christians and use God as a crutch to lie and cheat for Donald Trump, and say that Joe Biden's a P3DO, while ignoring the fact that Donald Trump has said some really disgusting, perverted things about his daughter, walking into the dressing rooms of, unaddressed teens, certain things that Donald Trump has done, but they seem not to know that. But Biden, in front of multiple people, cameras, and nobody around there has ever filed a suit against him, saying that he SA'd their daughter. But yet, just because his hands are on the shoulder, they consider that pedophilia.
Keep it clean, attacking. Keep it clean.
I didn't know if that was a bad word. Sorry, PD30. But Donald Trump going up an escalator can say to an 8-year-old, "I'll be dating her in 10 years."
Shame.
And the thing is this: now you have,
the
by the way,
United States Constitution, or is your allegiance to this man?
Zeus, by the way, just so you know, I remembered a section in the Mueller report where the Russian contacts are written in the 400 plus pages. On page 359, if you guys do research,
read it.
359, where Trump's counsel is offering Michael Cohen, if he stays strong, the boss loves him so much, a pardon could be in the works. Yeah. Also, they do mention about the payment of $130,000 in the paragraph. And down at one of the paragraphs, it also says, if you remember, like a week ago, Cy Vance came out and said that he was asked by the DOJ to stop investigating what was going on.
Bill Barr did it.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, but the thing is this, in the paragraph on page 359 of the Mueller report that you guys don't want to read to find out the truth about Trump.
Go read it.
It says, if the pardon doesn't work, we're going to be shutting down the investigation. Page 359 of the Mueller report.
Read it. We have the receipts, old Pappy. Go read it.
So unlike
Oshana 3, read it. Now listen, attacking. I do have to run.
Hold on, let me one last thing.
One last thing before Zeus has to run, because I know it's getting hot in here.
I know. Unlike conservative Lynn, Janae, and Kiss My Grits. You guys don't prove anything. You never provide evidence, which I just did. Page 359, Mueller report. Read it, people.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zeus.
Now it's time for Zeus to go, and thank you. Thank you.
You are the best.
Thank you.
You are the best. You are the most handsome.
All right. I must depart now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, attacking. But before I go, you know what time it is. It's time to play everyone's favorite song by me, Zeus, okay? Because in addition to doing these lives, I'm a monster in the studio too. This is why when they come and tell me, Zeus, you need to be worried about LJ. LJ, please. LJ ain't got this kind of heat. No one else is bringing this kind of heat to you like Zeus. Come on, folks. Take care. Have a great rest of your morning. The most handsome in the kingdom. If I didn't get to you, I am so sorry.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm grooving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky like Zeus.
Thank you, all my moderators.
I'm flyer than an eagle, I got bread on me too. Took a long time to get here and I'm feeling brand new. If you living like a bum, get away from me, fool.
I got money on my mind, I can't leave it up to you.
I can't hang around
you kidding? Yes, order!
Put a bounty on your head, this is where your bird is. When you playing with the gods and you play,
let's go! Time to let loose
with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Play a such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stand when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my move when I'm grooving like Zeus. You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus. Thunder in the sky, light you up like Zeus.
I love you
I'm
too.
my own rules, I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm hotter than Hades and I'm burning up
Hey.
You say you wanted facts, well, I'm living
proof.
Now I gotta choose.
If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose.
I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play
I didn't
me
make
like
the
a
game
fool.
of
If you
rules.
can't swim, don't be in the pool, even though I'm hot. People telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a goof.
Let's go.
Yeah, grab your boots. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies
Let me play with your caboose.
like a truth. Playing hating on the gods, playing such a douche.
I tried to be patient,
But you had to like my views.
I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose.
You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus.
You better step your game up.
When I'm talking like Zeus.
Gotta run your credit just to bring my name up. Ha! Don't be playing with my move when I'm grooving like Zeus.
You thinking that you're cool till I pull up like Zeus.
Thank you, little Miss Perfect.
Like Zeus.
Always lovely to see
I'm
you.
a god, call me Zeus.
Yeah,
You know about me, ladies and gentlemen.
You're wild and look.
I really do.
I'm the god of the sky, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you,
I'm
Attacker.
breaking down the roof.
Thank you, Heaven.
Line on the beat, kicking hard
LP
like
on the scene.
Lauren Reed on the beat.
Nicole on the scene. I could dance and box in the jungle like a kangaroo. Don't get caught slipping in the woods or you'll be dead like a moose.
Windy on the beat like Zeus. Beat the low on the beat like Zeus. RMC on the beat. Yeah, you heard about me.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen. We are out of here. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for the gifts.